Welcome to Leadership with Purpose. We are diving deep into Simon Sinek's Leaders Eat Last today.
Yeah, it's a fascinating book.
It is. And we're going to focus in on this idea of the circle of safety. Have you heard of this before?
Absolutely. It's one of the, I think, most powerful ideas in the book.
Yeah, it's a really good one. So for our listeners, the circle of safety, this idea from Sinek, it's this environment where everyone on a team feels safe and trusted.
And so much stems from that feeling, right? Like so much changes when people feel safe.
Totally. When you feel safe, you can focus your energy outwards, on the goals of the organization, on the mission you're trying to achieve.
Instead of being worried about internal competition, what your colleagues are thinking, or whether you're going to get blamed for something.
Right. And that's where Sinek gets so interesting. He's not just saying, this is a nice way to be or a nice thing to have in an organization.
No, not at all. He connects it to our biology.
Yeah. This need to feel safe, it's like deep in our human nature.
It's actually crucial to how we evolved to cooperate and work together.
And he brings in this whole thing about brain chemicals.
Ah, the neurochemicals. Yes, this is where things get really interesting.
Okay, so walk us through this.
So Sinek talks about four main ones. You've got endorphins and dopamine.
Okay, so endorphins, they're like the painkillers, right? They get us through tough stuff.
Exactly. And dopamine is the reward chemical. It gives us that hit of pleasure when we achieve something.
So these are important, right? Like we need these to get things done, to feel motivated.
Absolutely. They're essential for individual drive and accomplishment. But Sinek argues that there can be too much emphasis on these two.
What do you mean?
Well, if leaders only focus on individual rewards and achievements, it can create a culture of, well, selfishness.
Ah, I see. So everyone's just out for themselves trying to get that dopamine hit.
Yeah, and that undermines teamwork and collaboration, makes people less willing to help each other out.
So that's where the other two neurochemicals come in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Serotonin and oxytocin. These are the social chemicals.
Okay, so what do those do?
Serotonin is linked to feeling valued by the group, feeling important and respected. It's that sense of pride in belonging to something bigger than yourself.
And then oxytocin.
Ah, oxytocin is the trust hormone.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
Right. It's released when we feel connected to others, when we feel empathy and belonging.
So Sinek's saying that good leaders, they figure out how to get these chemicals flowing in their teams.
Precisely. They create environments that promote serotonin and oxytocin, which then leads to a strong circle of safety.
So if you're in a team with a strong circle of safety, what does that actually feel like on a day-to-day basis?
Well, first of all, there's less fear.
Less fear of what?
Fear of making mistakes, fear of speaking up, fear of being judged.
So people are more willing to take risks, to try new things.
Absolutely. And they're more likely to share ideas, to collaborate, to help each other out.
Because they know they're not going to get stabbed in the back.
Exactly. There's a sense of trust and mutual support.
And this all frees up energy to focus on the real challenges, right?
Yes. The external challenges, the competition, the market, the customer.
Instead of wasting energy on internal politics and backstabbing.
Right. So Sinek, he uses this really powerful image to illustrate this.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
The idea of officers eating last.
Ah, yes, in the military.
It's a tradition where the leaders, they make sure their team is fed and taken care of before they even think about eating themselves.
It's such a strong symbol, right? Like you're putting your people first.
Exactly. And it builds incredible loyalty and trust.
Wow.
It shows that the leader is truly committed to the well-being of the team.
And this is what Sinek calls selfless leadership.
Yes, and he contrasts it with selfish leadership.
What's the difference?
A selfish leader is all about their own advancement, their own success.
So they might climb the ladder, but they leave a trail of destruction behind them.
Pretty much. They create a culture of fear and distrust. People are constantly worried about their jobs, about being undermined.
Not exactly a recipe for a happy or productive workplace.
No. And in the long run, it hurts the organization as a whole.
So selfless leadership is the opposite.
Yes. It's about prioritizing the needs of the team over your own.
It's about creating that circle of safety.
Exactly. And when you do that, you get amazing results. You get collaboration, innovation, loyalty, and ultimately long-term success.
And I think empathy is a huge part of this, isn't it?
Absolutely. Selfless leaders, they can put themselves in their team's shoes. They understand their concerns, their challenges, their hope.
They actually care about the people they're leading.
Yes. And that makes all the difference.
But Sinek also acknowledges that there are some challenges to creating this circle of safety in the modern world, right?
Yes, especially in the business world.
Like what?
Well, There's this constant pressure for short-term results.
Oh, yeah, the quarterly earnings report.
Exactly. And that can lead to a focus on individual performance, on hitting those numbers, even if it means sacrificing teamwork and collaboration.
It's like you said before, everyone's just chasing that dopamine hit.
Right. And then there's technology.
You'd think technology would make it easier to connect with people.
You would, but Sinek argues that it can actually lead to more isolation.
How so?
People are spending more time staring at screens and less time interacting face-to-face.
Yeah, I can see that.
And those face-to-face interactions, they're essential for building trust and connection.
So it's not about abandoning technology, but about using it in a way that supports real human relationships.
Exactly.
So for our listeners out there who are thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but how do I actually build this circle of safety in my own team or organization? What are some practical steps they can take?
Well, Sinek offers a few key recommendations. First, prioritize people over profits.
That sounds simple, but it's probably harder than it sounds.
It is. It means investing in your employees, creating a positive work environment, fostering a sense of community.
And it means leading with empathy, right?
Absolutely. Actively listening to your team, understanding their needs, providing support, recognizing their contributions.
It's about creating a culture of open communication.
Yes, where people feel comfortable sharing ideas, voicing concerns, even disagreeing.
And it's about building those strong personal relationships.
Taking the time to get to know your team members as individuals, showing genuine interest in their lives.
And finally, it's about developing future leaders who understand and embody these principles.
So it becomes part of the DNA of the organization.
So to sum up, Sinek's message is that true leadership is about creating a safe and trusting environment for your team.
It's about building that circle of safety.
And that's what leads to genuine collaboration, innovation, and ultimately lasting success.
So as you go about your day, think about one small thing you can do to create a greater sense of safety and trust in your own sphere of influence.
It could be a simple change in how you communicate, how you interact with your team.
But it could have a ripple effect, creating a more positive and productive environment for everyone.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into Leaders Eat Last. We hope it's given you some food for thought.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out and allows us to keep bringing you more deep dives like this.
Thank you for listening.